If you notice your drone is louder than usual, strange noise coming from one of the motors, you take it up, it isn't obeying commands as usual, it struggles at times to move up, down, forward, backward, and the motor heats up and you get these warnings to immediately land your drone, and you may have just happened to crash into a tree or something recently, I may just have an easy solution for you. Today I'll show you how you can save yourself from buying a $100 arm and just repair the motor yourself. So I noticed with this Mini 4 Pro that the motor bell was kind of loose. It would sort of pop up a few millimeters. When I tried the easy route and just drop a drop of super glue from the top, hoping that the glue would, seep down the shaft, it'd actually fly for a few minutes before the motor overload warning would pop up and I'd have to land again. Soldering, well, I'm afraid that it would do more damage than good. But I'm almost certain if we can successfully pop off this motor bell, we can epoxy the shaft all the way down and increase the amount of adhesion between the shaft and the motor bell. Let's try it. Okay, and now with a little bit of courage, kind of wiggle it off, maybe grab the screwdriver, help pry it off there, and that's it. Now take the motor bell off. See the magnets on the back side there. You got the gold windings, and actually that's probably in part why it's so tough to get off, is it's all magnetic. You put it back together and you get this nice little snap. Okay, this is the shaft, and this is what is the only part that spins. You see you got the ridges there, so the ridges on the shaft help keep the motor bell in place. Of course, you crash the drone enough times, it's gonna knock it loose, and that's what happened with this one. Okay, now it's time for our arts and crafts. So we're just using some JB Weld here, epoxy. You just need one part to one part, don't need much. And you mix them up real well. You got your steel, your hardener, and poke the tubes, and you go for it. Alright, it is now time for the most critical part of the whole process. It is absolutely vital. You don't get any epoxy on any of the parts except for the shaft. If you do, well, you might get lucky and be able to just wipe it off. However, there's a good chance that's all going to adhere together and it's over. So that stuff will harden and that motor will be stuck. So be super careful, very steady hands, and don't put any more than you absolutely need. And if you notice, I'm going down a good amount down the shaft, but not all the way down to the end, because I don't want any to get onto the stationary part of the motor, just the shaft. Just a little bit on the motor bell there, and that's it. Push it back together. Alright, that's it. So we'll just let that sit, let it cure for 6 hours. We'll do a little work in the office, and we'll put everything back together, and we'll test it. Okay, moment of truth. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's how it should sound. Thanks guys, and subscribe for more.